Morning.
Good morning, Honor.
I'm just waiting for them to put the jail on. Can you hear me in the jail?
Yeah, we're here. Somebody has some paperwork.
Can you hear us?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, let's see. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Samantha Maria Matine. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. George Annette, APD, on behalf of Miss Samantha Matine, for purposes of arraignment only today, Your Honor. She did conduct an intake with her office, demanding a plea of not guilty at this time and demanding preliminary examination.
Okay, and she's requesting public defender, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Matine, today's the date scheduled for arraignment. I do have here a felony complaint. It alleges that on or about October 31st, 2025, at the area of South Cedar and I-496 in Lansing, Michigan, that you allegedly committed the act in count 1 of weapons carrying concealed. It alleges that you did carry a dangerous weapon, that being a pistol, whether concealed or otherwise, in a vehicle operated or occupied by said defendant, that being a white Buick, and that this was contrary to MCL 750.227. This is a felony with a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison or $2,500 in fines, and the mandatory forfeiture of the weapon or device is required under the law. Do you understand the charge read there in the maximum penalty, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you have the right to be represented by an attorney. You've done an intake so that you can see if you're eligible to be represented by our public defender's office. But again, you have the right to have an attorney represent you at all of your court dates and if you're questioned by law enforcement. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defenders represent you, which you've done. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute. If you stand mute, the matter will continue all the way to the jury trial stage. You are being charged with a felony, so you have the right to have a preliminary examination within 21 days of today's date, unless you waive the 21 days or the court for some reason finds good cause to go beyond the 21 days and reset this matter. At the time of your preliminary examination, you have the right to require the prosecutor put forth sufficient evidence to establish probable cause that the felony you're being charged with was committed, and then probable cause to charge you as the individual who committed that felony. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I do have here that you're scheduled for a probable cause conference before Judge Cynthia Ward on November 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You have a preliminary examination before Judge Ward on November 21st at 8:30 in the morning. You must appear in person for the preliminary examination. Did you get a notice to appear as well as Zoom instructions so that you know how to appear for your probable cause conference?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you can also appear in person for your probable cause conference if that works better for you, okay?
Okay.
But the exam you must appear for in person. Let's see. Are you currently employed, ma'am?
I am.
Where's that?
Amazon Logistics.
And is your home address this address on Erie Street?
Yes, it is.
And what's your phone number?
470-561-8634.
Okay. So if this matter does go beyond the stage of a preliminary examination, you do have the right again to could take this matter to trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecutor at the time of jury trial prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question or cross-examine any a witness that's called to testify against you at the time of your trial. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. And you have the right to subpoena witnesses that will testify on your behalf. Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No, I do not, ma'am.
Are you on probation or on parole at this time?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you don't have any other cases pending, correct?
No, I do not.
Have you ever missed court in the past?
No, I have not.
Counsel, you can address bond.
Thank you. And I'd ask the court to consider a PR bond. It's my understanding, Ms. Matine has not been in trouble in the criminal justice system. She has no conviction. Gainfully employed with Amazon for about 2 years, has 2 kids that both live with her. This is a non-assaultive, non-egregious allegation. I'd ask the court to consider a PR bond at this time, Your Honor.
Bond is set in the amount of 500 personal recognizance. While out on bond, you have the following conditions. You're not to use, purchase, or possess drugs or alcohol. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court, and you're not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You must report to pretrial services within 48 hours of your release from custody. You can get the information on how to report to them from the jail, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Lastly, you need to make sure you come to all of your court dates. Do you have any questions at this time, ma'am?
No, I do have one about the Zoom court. If I do show up in person for that, is there gonna be like a docket that will have my name on it that I can look at to know which courtroom to go to?
Correct. There should be a docket schedule with your name on it, but you're going to Judge Ward's courtroom. It should be on your paperwork there, Judge Cynthia Ward. She's in courtroom. She's in courtroom 1, and that's the courtroom directly off the elevator. So when you get off the elevator, you go straight to her courtroom. If you're gonna log in to Zoom, you should have received paperwork for how to log into her Zoom. Did you get that? I believe
Yes, I got the Zoom paperwork. Yeah, I got the Zoom paperwork.
Okay, so if you have any other questions, you can contact your public defender or the court for additional information, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're all set, ma'am. Okay, I have the state of Michigan versus Juan Lucario Shakur Mallette. Counsel appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. George Annette, APD, on behalf of Mr. Mallette, for purposes of arraignment only today, enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you. Is he requesting, you said he is requesting the public defender?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Mr. Mallette, today's the date scheduled for a arraignment, and I have here a misdemeanor complaint that alleges that on or about October 31st, 2025, at the area of 3227 Holiday Drive, Apartment 3, Lansing, Lansing, Michigan, that you allegedly committed the act in count 1 of domestic violence, that you did make an assault or assault and battery upon a Shania Monet Alvarado, an individual with whom you have a child in common or an individual with whom you have a dating relationship, and that this was contrary to MCL 750.812. Count one is a misdemeanor and the maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. There's a count two, assault or assault and battery. That alleges that on or about October 31st, 2025 at the same address, 3227 Holiday Drive, apartment 3 in the city of Lansing, state of Michigan, Ingham County, that you did make an assault or assault and battery upon Aaliyah Nicole Carver, contrary to MCL 750.811. That's also a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Do you understand the charges and the maximum penalty there, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to counsel. You have requested the public defender to represent you. And they are representing you today for the purposes of your arraignment only, but you do have the right to have an attorney represent you at each stage of the criminal prosecution and if you're questioned by law enforcement. You have the right to a trial and you have the right to a jury trial. You are presumed innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to take this matter to trial and require the prosecutor prove each element of each of the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness called to testify against you. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf. And you have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, are you currently employed? Are you currently employed?
Yes,
Where?
Amazon, and I'll also deliver for them.
You said Amazon and you also deliver for them?
Yeah, so I work at the warehouse. I also is a delivery driver.
Got it. What's your home address?
1515 Ohio Avenue,
In Lansing?
Lansing, Michigan, 48906.
What's your phone number?
517-525-8118.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
Probation.
Before the 30th Circuit Court?
Yes.
Okay, so you do recognize that this will likely trigger a probation violation, correct?
Yes.
Counsel, you can address bond.
Thank you. I would ask the court to consider PR bond in this matter. Mr. Mallette only has one prior issue in the criminal justice system, and he's receiving a privilege at this point in that matter in the 30th Circuit. These are mere allegations. Mr. Mallette is gainfully employed, has one minor child that he takes care of, lives with his mother. Taking consideration that there's been no issues with any information regarding failure to appear, the fact that he's being supervised already by the higher court, I'd ask the court to just consider PR bond in this matter. Mr. Mallette will make all court appearances and not violate any conditions of bond or probation.
The actual fact that he's already under court supervision and now has been arrested for 2 assaultive crimes would actually make him ineligible or not a good candidate for a PR bond. And so to term it as only having 1 conviction is mistermed. Only having 1 criminal justice matter is too many issues for someone, especially someone of his age. I recognize these are allegations, but they're allegations of assaultive actions, 1 being alleged to have been on the person that he's either in a dating relationship with and or fathers a child with, and then another innocent bystander allegedly was assaulted during the alleged incident. The court is not going to grant a personal recognizance bond. Bond will be set in the amount of $500 cash or surety with GPS tether. And you're not to have contact directly or indirectly with Shania Monet Alvarado or Aaliyah Nicole Carver. That means you cannot speak to them. You cannot have anybody else speak to them on your behalf. You cannot call, text, DM, write a letter to them. You cannot be within 2,000 feet of wherever they are. That's where they live, they work, they go to school, they worship, they do their food shopping, any of the above. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, while on bond, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. You're not to use drugs or alcohol. And you need to report to all of your court dates. You're currently scheduled for a pretrial conference for Judge Cynthia Ward. And that's going to be on November 18th at 2 p.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions at this time about your bond conditions?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. You're all set.